Sir, good morning. I'm Cadet Daniel B. Mata, and I'm here to share my reflection and understanding about the topics that I will discuss later. Let's start with what is marine environment. And the shipping industry is one of the most vital aspects on Earth. As we all know, the ship travels through the water. That's why marine environment is very important to us. The marine environment is a vital resource for life on Earth. Marine ecosystems may perform a number of key environmental functions. They regulate the climate, prevent erosion, accumulate and distribute solar energy, absorb carbon dioxide, and maintain biological control. It should be protected to ensure that the future of RC is safe. We should not waste time because the clock is ticking, and according to the experts, if we do not act now, it will be too late to save our dear oceans. So next is what are the major sources of marine pollution and its impact, hazards to human, animals, and shipping industry. Marine pollution occurs when harmful pollutants go to the waterways as a result of chemical, particle, industrial, agricultural, and residential waste, noise, or the spread of invasive organisms into the ocean. 80% of marine pollution comes on land. Air pollution also distributes to the problem by dispersing pesticides and dirt into the ocean. Marine life and their habitats have been shown to be harmed by land and air pollution. Inflow of chemicals, solid waste, discharge of radioactive elements, industrial and agricultural effluents, man-made sedimentation, oil spills, and many such factors. Those are some sources of marine pollution. Chemicals used in industries and agriculture get washed into the rivers and some are carried into the ocean. These chemicals not get dissolved and sink on the bottom of the ocean. Small animals ingest these chemicals and later eaten by large animals, which often affects the whole food chain, which humans tends to harvest on the sea and consume it on part of our diet. To the shipping industry, which is also affected about the marine pollution, when a vessel is caught polluting our marine environment, the authorities use their force to implement the law. That is why charges are pressed against the shipping company, which halts their operation as a whole, depending on the damage they have caused. Explain the MARPOL Convention, history when it's adopted, entered into force, and its objective, including all regulations of MARPOL 1 to 6. So just like SOLAS, or Safety of Life at Sea, which regulates the shipping industry to follow minimum standards to safeguard life at sea. MARPOL is another important convention which safeguards the marine environment against ship pollution. MARPOL and SOLAS are considered to be two effective safety environmental protection tools for the International Maritime Organization, or IMO. MARPOL's 1973 and 78, or the International Convention for the Prevention of Pollution, came into force in the 1973 and later revised with a protocol in 1978. Ensures that the shipping remains the least environmental damaging mode of transport. It clearly highlights the points to ensure that the marine environment is preserved by the elimination of pollution by all harmful substances which can be discharged from the ship. 1973, IMO adopted the International Convention for the Prevention of Pollution from Ships. MARPOL 73 was imported to the oil pool 1954. In response to Torrey Canyon incident, agreement was made on the contamination of the sea, land, and the air by ships. 1976, only 3 IMO members countries ratified the convention, which only 1% of the gross tonnage of the whole total world fleet: Jordan, Kenya, and Tunisia. In 1976-77, 2 tanker incidents, or Kula and the Hawaiian Patriot. 1978, IMO held a conference on tanker safety and pollution prevention. It includes tanker design and operation in response to the 2 tanker incident. They incorporated the 1978 protocol to the 1974 SOLAS Convention and adopted on February 17, 1978. The condition to entry into force, the states become party to be the convention by the first implementing Annex 1 and Annex 2. In 1983, October 2, MARPOL 73 and 78 entered into the force for Annex 1 and 2. The condition to enter the force, states become party to the convention by first implementing Annex 1 and 2. The objective of the MARPOL 1973 and 1978 desires to achieve the complete elimination of intentional pollution of the environment by oil and other harmful substance, and to minimize accidental discharge. This Marine Environmental Convention consists of 6 implemented annexes for controlling and eliminating of marine pollution. First is Annex 1, Regulation for the Prevention of Pollution by Oil, which came to force on October 1983. Annex 2, Regulations for Controlling Pollution by Noxious Liquid Substance in Book, which came on April 1987. Annex 3, Regulation for Prevention of Pollution by Harmful Substance Carried by Sea in Package Form on July 1992. And the Annex 4 is Regulation for Prevention of Pollution by Sewage from Ships from September 2003. Annex 5 is Regulation for Prevention of Pollution by Garbage from Ships, December 1998. And lastly, the Annex 6, Regulation Prevention of Air Pollution from Ships, which came into force in May 2005. So that's all. I hope you learned something. Thank you, sir.